Hello and a very warm welcome. In today's video I've got an idea that I want to talk about. Mates are champions. Oh, friends. Yeah, F1, we know there's a lot of mates. It's all pally. Before we go out on the drivers parade, it's all pally, kisses and cuddles. But are we going to remember these drivers for champions? There's a couple that spring to mind. George Russell, Lando Norris, Charles Leclerc, Carlos Sainz. Are these lot going to be champions? Are we going to remember them as great mates, or are we going to remember them as champions? You could throw Oscar Piastri in there as well. They need to get a hold of themselves, It's good to have mates in life, but this is a brutal business. No one's going to remember these lot for winning a couple of races and getting a couple of poles. If in 20 years, say, or whenever these retire, are we going to remember them as champions? As it stands, we are not going to remember these lot as champions. They literally will be the quartet of mates. They've got to strive to be a champion. Max is a full-time champion. Yes, he's got mates, but he's brutal. He's absolutely brutal. Look at what he did to Lando Norris at Mexico. That's his mate, and he forced him off twice. Max is different gravy, Would Lando do that to Max? I think not. I really do think not. Max would do that to his mate. Yeah, I don't believe these lot would. Too nice, and nice guys do not win in this sport. Unless you've got a shithousery side to you, you are not going to be a champion. Alonso, one of the biggest shithouses in the sport, 2-time champion. Lewis Hamilton, 7-time champion. He's got a nasty streak when he wants to. Max, nasty streak, Michael Schumacher, real nasty streak. I mean, these are great drivers who are remembered as champions. But there's huge question marks now about this friendly, pally environment. Because they're going to win races, they're going to get poles, but they aren't going to win championships. Look at Lando Norris last season. He had the car to do it, but, so we're going to go through them. You could add a few more into there. Just going down now. Gasly, maybe. Albon, well, he's not going to be a champion, so I don't really count him in this conversation, but Lando Norris, he had a good opportunity last year. He will have learnt a lot from last year. But has he got the minerals to be world champion? I don't think he does. I think he's got a bottle in nature behind him and he's too nice. George Russell. The thing about George is I want to see him in a title fight to see if he can hold his nerve. Because he's joined Mercedes at the worst time when the dominance is over. Lewis has left. It's not looking good for Mercedes. They're probably going to finish 4th in the Constructors again next season. Yeah, and he's got a bottle in nature about him. Can he handle it? We've seen Leclerc and Norris at least have a go. I want to see Russell have a go and see where he is. But yeah, again, nice, soft. But I know it divided opinion and George was probably wrong about the situation with Max, but I did like that spice at Qatar by George. That was a nasty side of George that we've not seen. And I've never seen him so angry. I like that. I like the spice. I like the rivalry. Huge question marks about George Russell. I thought he was a guaranteed world champion. But yeah, huge question marks. We need to see him in the title fight. Oscar Piastri. Again, all pally mates, His 3rd season, I don't want to hear any more excuses for Oscar Piastri. If he gets done by Lando again, then you can forget that conversation. We fell into the Piastri hype after Baku. Superb at Baku. And then what did he do after that? Apart from just nowhere. Huge season for Oscar. 3rd season. I say to these people, do you want to be champion? Or do you want to be remembered for, oh, friends, we went car racing together. Oh, friends, best friends forever and ever as we hit apexes together. Fuck off, man. We don't need friends. Charles Leclerc. He did have a shot at a title fight in 22, but choked. Really. Yeah, Charles is one of the fastest drivers out there, but also he has got a bit of bottling nature to him. He's very quick over one lap, but his pole to win ratio is shocking. No, you can't argue with that. Again, has Charles Leclerc got the minerals to be a world champion? I think he's going to cause Lewis Hamilton problems, but on Sunday, Lewis is the man, usually. I think Charles could actually do Lewis in qualifying. Then we go down a few more. Liam Lawson, we can't really judge him yet, too early. Antonelli, yeah. It's just, for me, I don't like, it's good to have mates, but I don't like it in competitive sport, you know. I always go off on football, for example. You've got a big match, whoever it may be. Man City, Liverpool for the title, Arsenal, Man United. And we're kissing, we're cuddling. Love bites at the ready in the tunnel before you go into war. I'll never forget Gary Neville, Phil Neville. They're literally brothers. Everton v Man United. And they basically blanked each other in the tunnel. That's how it should be. Just straight down, don't even look at your opponent. But these lot, they want to kiss, they want to cuddle. They don't want that rivalry. All these guys, George Russell, Lando Norris, Charles Leclerc, Carlos Sainz, Oscar Piastri, are we going to remember them for being good mates? Or are any of them going to stand up and be champion? Carlos Sainz, I forgot to mention him, I think. He's going to Williams. It's a stopgap team for him. And yeah, someone will come in for him in 2026 and he'll leave. Again, Carlos, I don't think he will be world champion, if I'm honest. But the others have got a chance. Norris, Russell and Leclerc have got a chance. It's how much do they want it, you know. Comment down below your thoughts. Would love to hear. Yeah. I honestly thought Charles Leclerc and George Russell would be champions in Formula 1. I'm starting to doubt whether they're going to be champions now. I really am. But like I say, for Russell, he hasn't been in a title fight yet. I want to see him. If he's up against Max, can he handle it? Has he got the bollocks? We wait and see. Comment down below your thoughts. I thought this was a good video, good topic to cover. I see a lot of it, you know, especially before they go out on the drivers' parade. You've always got the same quartet. Russell, Norris, Albon, Leclerc and Sainz. And sometimes Piastri and Max. But Max has done it. He's been there. He can be friends with the likes of Ricciardo and, you know, all these guys. But he's different gravy. Brutal.